I'm just in the certainly trying to run for second place.
Time to load them up and call them home with your big race commentator, Eric Denman.
That's Military moving up towards the centre. Mighty Crystal moving up. There's Robbie Sham on Hartwood going in. That's Robbie Frad with a white cap on Mighty Crystal. Saw one. Military Muse has moved in. Telescopic going forward. Telescopic moves in. Looks like they're all set for the 300,000 Rand South African Guineas. Robbie Frad, all concentration. Set to go now. From the 1600 meter mark, they sent on their way. Empress Club got away beautifully from stall 3. Mighty Crystal began quickly as well. Matador is right up there as well. But going off to the front is Telescopic. Java Jive running up second, and then Secret Horde. They were followed by Military Muse. Empress Club in 5th position, 4.5 lengths off the leader, being followed by Mighty Crystal and Matador. Jeff Lloyd has Gaelic Fine, 6.5 lengths off them, then Prince of Songs. They've been followed. Hartwood is near the back of the field. As they come up the hill now, Java Jive with the gold hoops towards the inside. Phantom Talk has moved up in a 2nd position, then Secret Horde, then Military Muse. Empress Club and Could See racing in 5th position now, 4 lengths off the leader. They've been followed by Mighty Crystal. 2 behind that is Gaelic Fine, then Prince of Songs. Near the back of the field we've got on the inside Telescopic, and then Hartwood. Now Java Jive is getting away up the hill, and Java Jive quickens up the pace to lead 2.5 lengths. Phantom Talk second, and Could See wasting no time to get off the fence now. Military Muse has run up second. Empress Club has now run up into 3rd position, 3.5 lengths off the leader. Java Jive is under a lot of pressure from Military Muse. Look out for the black and gold colours. Now Phyllis Could See releases the brake on Empress Club. She's cruising in the centre of your picture. Down the inside, Mighty Crystal trying to make a race of it. But it's Empress Club. Could See hasn't moved. Now they go away 1.5 lengths from these stable companions. And Empress Club, you're watching the July favourite in action, and she's never been off the bit. They come by 4 lengths from Military Muse. Secret Horde will get 3rd position. The 4th position went to Phantom Talk.
Well, we've just had the honour of seeing possibly one of the best horses ever to race in this country. That's her 10th win in 11 starts. And she now becomes the highest stake earner in South African history. She's just passed Roland Song's old record, and now Empress Club has become the highest stake earner in South African history. She must undoubtedly be one of the best 3-year-olds certainly ever to win this Guineas. A most impressive performance there by Empress Club, and she's now become also the 4th filly in history to win the South African Guineas. We mentioned earlier that the last one was 41 years ago. Well, we may wait another 41 years to see a win as good as this. Here we pick them up again. There's all the action now. Watch for Empress Club in that leading line that are coming up at the moment. There she is on the outside of them, on the right, closest to you. It looked for a while as if she was under a bit of pressure, and she wasn't going to quicken. But suddenly, in a few strides, she went away, and suddenly all the others, well, they looked like they'd stopped for tea. Away she went. Could See pats on the neck later on. She's won all her races like this. And really now there's going to be a long queue of punters. Natal Tattersall's backing this one to win the Rossman's July. A great performance, and an appreciative Could See giving this wonderfully a pat there. She makes it 10 out of 11.
Surely exhausted every superlative in the English language. We just can't find words to describe her. She's never off the bit in this race. Felix was patting her a long way from the line. There with about 200 metres to go. That's the stable companion with the silver cap towards the inside, Military Muse. But Felix never under any pressure. And this is going to start a very hot Rothman's July favourite. There she really gets to work. Winning by about 4.5 lengths from her stable companion, Military Muse. Secret Horde, I think, just got 3rd, and Phantom Talk 4th. There's Felix posing for the cameras. First filly to win the South African Guineas for 41 years.
Well, the field are coming back, and as usual, there can only be one winner, and the losers are coming back. I'm not quite sure of the placings, to be honest. I was a bit excited watching that, but here she comes, Empress Club, the princess, the queen of South African horse racing. It's interesting to note, we're all hoping, obviously, that she can win the July and really add to her amazing record that she already has. It's interesting to note that since 1967, 5 horses have gone on after winning the Guineas to win the July. The last, of course, was a Lustrador, Empress Club stable companion, and also bred in the Argentine like Empress Club.
Well, I think we've just witnessed, as everybody's told you already, one of the performance by potentially one of the greatest horses that this country has seen for many a decade. And I'm sure, Andrew, that you'd agree with that comment.
I think so, Neil. That was simply awesome. I've never seen anything like it in 15 years.
And she, as usual, comes back to the winner's box, hardly blowing. She's got a little bit of a sweat on her today, but then it has been a little bit hot. And Felix, well, that smile on his face just gets bigger and bigger each time he rides this filly.
Felix the cat.
The big question now, of course, Andy, is where will she run next?
Neil, it's a difficult question. There's reps at weight grade. She's well into the weights there. But I would say the Derby, because that's big money, and to win the Triple Crown, which everybody thought was absolutely impossible.
Do you think she'll stay that tripped?
Even if she doesn't, I think she's too classy for the rest of the 3-year-olds.
Well, there she is, going into the number 1 box. A very, very happy Laurie and Jean Jaffe, the owners of Empress Club. And how nice it is to see Jean and Laurie Jaffe in the winner's box once again, because they certainly have done racing proud and have been associated with some great horses over the past number of years.
Well, we see Coetzee smiling. In 1986, he rode a Curie in the Southern Guineas, who was a half-sister to Empress Club, and he passed the post first, but was disqualified, and he was placed last. So certainly things have ended a lot better for Coetzee today, riding a Curie half-sister.
Well, there we have it. Felix, Andy just called you Felix the cat because, as we said, each time you come into the winner's box in this filly, your smile gets bigger and bigger.
She's absolutely terrific, you know. I mean, turning for home, I was having to ease her off those horses' heels, and that's why I swung her a little bit wide. I didn't want to have to check her just before the straight. And I just let her down to run, and she did it just so easily. I don't know what the official distance was, but it was very easy, and she had a few lengths in hand.
Felix, I'm sure it's a question that a lot of people would like answered, but maybe I should rather ask Tony, but seeing as you're here, I'll ask you anyway. What is her plan for the future? Where will she run next?
As far as I'm concerned, I wish they'd run her in everything, you know. Well, she goes to the Fillies Guineas next, and I guess it's just how she comes out of that run, you know. But that's their department.
Felix, you're on record as having labelled this filly as the best you've ever ridden, and I'm sure that today's performance just goes to confirm that.
Yeah, no question. She's an absolute superstar. She's got gears. She just does whatever you want her to do, and she does it effortlessly too.
Felix Coetzee, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Tony Millard has won his first African Guineas, and he's also runner-up as well. First, number 13, Empress Club. Second placing.